Good evening. Residents of Fort McMurray remain on edge tonight.
A wildfire continues to threaten their community. Hundreds of residents from two small areas have been forced from their homes. Now, this afternoon, the out-of-control fire did shift away from the homes, but the flames are erratic and could change direction depending on the wind. Our Fletcher Kent joins us now from Fort McMurray with the latest.
So, Fletcher, there's still serious concerns there. The fire is a threat to Fort McMurray itself.
Well, yes, and that those serious concerns do continue. It's been like this all day long. You can see that the fire continues to hang, or the smoke anyway, continues to hang over the community of Fort McMurray. The fire continues to burn a little more than 1 kilometer away, but there is some good news that we just heard just a few moments ago, saying that the fire has not creeped any closer to Fort McMurray today. Firefighters have been able to keep it away. In fact, where it is burning is taking it away from town. And one of those two mandatory evacuations that you were talking about has now been lifted. Certainly a relief to many who have spent the day on edge.
They're safe, but far from comfortable. Sunday night, as the smoke grew more dense, 500 people were told to leave home.
They came mandatory evacs, knocking on all the doors, and we had just a few minutes to get out last night.
They said that we have to leave in that building because it's really smoky and scary because they can't control the fire.
Now the displaced wait at an evacuation center, hoping crews do gain control. A tall order given the circumstances.
Yesterday we were faced with a large forest fire with a west wind and nothing in between that and this town.
As of Monday morning, promising news, the wind died. Air tankers, helicopters, and about 30 firefighters battled the flames, and the fire remained 1.2 kilometers from the community. And while that's good, fire officials say don't get too comfortable. It remains hot and dry.
We're expecting the worst fire conditions to happen around 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Help is on the way. 100 more firefighters and more helicopters are en route. Now, the area's mayor says she's encouraged by the fire response and the community reaction.
The human spirit is an incredible thing, and this community seems to have more of it than anywhere else they've ever been.
Of course, while all the crews are battling this one fire, 3 others have also started in just the last 5 days. And that bothers the fire chief.
Intense. So hopefully, nature's done its thing and it'll leave us alone for a little bit, but we'll have to see.
Well, late this afternoon, as mentioned, there was another update on just how this fire has come along. And put simply, as mentioned, it was a good day for firefighters. They managed to be able to keep this thing from moving very far. They managed to lift the mandatory evacuation order on at least one place. Now there's 200 people that remain out of their homes right now. The big question mark now really is what happens tomorrow. It is supposed to be extremely hot again tomorrow. It's supposed to be dry. And the big question then is, what's going to happen with the winds? The good news is in the morning, at least, the wind is supposed to be blowing the fire away from the community, but by the afternoon, they might turn around and might start blowing it back this way. So it's a lot of people going to be watching what happens to the wind and, again, to how hot it is as well.
Fletcher, we can see the haze behind you there. How bad is the smoke in the area?
It's quite bad. I mean, and the one thing to note is that this is one fire. It's the one that's actually threatening the community with the flames. There's another few more fires that have been burning in this area. I believe 4 fires are burning in the whole Fort McMurray area. So there is an air quality warning in place. The air quality index is labeled at a 12, at least it was earlier on in the day. And what that means is that it's typically on a scale of 1 to 10. 12, anything over 10 is just considered to be very high. So anybody with any breathing issues, anybody that might be affected by this smoke, they're encouraged to just stay inside and don't get any so-called fresh air at all.
All right, thanks, Fletcher.